Here we go then. So, we've got a handful of gravel. Here's the stage two of the PAS Racing series. It's all about on the gravel. And I just want to have a little bit, let me be clear, a little bit of a whinge, a moan. And that's perhaps because I didn't come in the top 10 or get a podium. So, take of that what you will. I didn't perform on this race. Shock horror. 450 to 7, 570 ZRS. But yeah, look, as per the title, I'm just a bit perplexed with Zwift. Let me be clear, I love Zwift. I think it's fantastic value for money, and I love the racing. I do. I love the series, the Tour de Zwift, the Zwift games. I don't do enough ladder racing. I'm not in a team, but I just love it. I love the format. But I'm going to have a whinge because there's this big thing on this latest series about we're going up, mountain courses with gravel, and you need to change your bike to a gravel bike, and it's going to be all faster and more exciting. Now, if you've been on a gravel bike, yes, in the real world, it's a slippery, slidey experience. If you've been on, and I haven't, if you're lucky enough to be on the Strada Bianche in Italy, it's probably the ultimate gravel tracks. But yeah, it's look. This is Swift. You don't get the feel of a real bike. Obviously, it is. Swift has pitched itself as it's not the super simulation, technical pro virtual cycling. It's kind of a competitive community environment, which is fantastic and a little bit arcadey. But I wish it wouldn't try and pretend to be something it's not or go in that direction. I understand it's got to market to bigger audiences to grow the community, but I don't think this is the way it should be doing it. And because it's just not authentic, there's no opportunity to ride on a gravel, think you're on a gravel bike and get a totally different experience. If you were on this course now with the little green bits of grass, the apex in the middle, and you got gravel, you'd be slipping and sliding, looking for pointers on the road, uh, not being able to brake as quickly as on a road bike for obvious reason. There's less friction. You'd have dirt kicked up in your face if it's dry. You'd be hitting rocks. The vibration would be terrible, even with your 32 or whatever 40-inch mil tyres. You're never going to replicate it. And I think there's been a massive hype about this gravel stage and get your gravel bike. And, I think the biggest example of this was the first stage they brought out on that new course that was kind of scaled up, sped up, and it was an absolute disaster and they had to pull it after a few days. So I think Zwift, I like being able to choose a gravel bike and all this, and look, it's a different stage, it's a different course, and I love that. I absolutely love that, and the way you're going forward there. But I think let's be realistic. You're not getting the feel of anything different than on your road racing here. So it's just another Zwift race for me, and I think we should keep it as that. Right, rant over. Back to my disappointing race. So we're on the handful of gravel. It's a look at the top right. What have we got? 64 riders, 450 to 570. I'm sticking at the front as I try my very best to do so in a very good position. 2 laps, just over 10 miles. I want to say just over 500 feet. So effectively, we've got 2 climbs and 2 descents, and that's what it is. The pack is split here to an extent, but it will come back together because we're just on the descent. So I'm not sure. Nobody's going to get away from us. We are averaging, what am I averaging there? 272 watts. My FTP is 276. So that's considerable considering we're going downhill. But it is the start of the race. It is the start of the first lap. We have got people dropped it looks like, which is interesting on the downhill. But it's all going to come to a conclusion on the first lap in about half a mile as we start the small ascent. I think it's a long, gradual, I'm going to say all yellow ascent, possibly a touch of orange, so less than 4%. Drafting pretty well here. Technically, we're just coming through the lead in. 7.7 miles to go, just over 5 minutes, 62 feet climb, 2.5 miles done, down to 265 average. I suspect I'll get to around 260. I mean, because it's a short course again, and it's this category that I'm trying to get used to. Having said that, my ZRS, I won a small race recently, and it's jumped to 562 for this race. So I'm definitely going to have to finish in the top third to have a net positive result on ZRS. Looking at the race, I'm in a good position here. Perhaps I should be 10 yards back, so I'm not right at the front, but hey, we're still on the descent. 263 average, 16, gear 16, and I'm usually in perhaps a 15-mile race. On the descent or the flat, I'm usually in 15, so that's saying that we're shifting along at quite some pace. We're all one big bubble. Yes, some riders have been dropped, but they may well be in a lower category and they decided to have a race in a higher category. Someone on a mountain bike there. The rider with the orange helmet. Yes, look. Gravel mountain bike. Okay. Fair play. I wanted to catch their name so I can watch them. There, they got the orange Batman cap on, and they're on a mountain bike. I'm sure, unless I've missed something. And they're right at the front. Wonder who that is. Fantastic. Anyway, we start the climb. 3%. This is going to go on. So I need to stay at the front, but I could do with getting some draft because we are approaching, well, we're doing 20 miles an hour up here. So the draft will be in effect. And it is something sensible to do. Not sure. Climbing at, I'd be usually going up to 350. It's like I'm having to push slightly more to stay at the front of this group. Yeah, that's been because I'm in this slightly higher cat. I've finished in the top half on 2 previous occasions in this new cat. As I said, my ZRS was increased by 30 odd. The recent win in a small race. I'm having to stand up here. It's only 1%, but I've got to stay at the front. Got to stay at the front going over the peak. The group has drifted out, as you can see, and we've dropped a rider. A little bit of a break there, so we're back on it again. You see my average, 278. So I've done 8.5 minutes above FTP. I'm having to stand up because I'm having to do more than 350 watts to stay in the lead pack or there and thereabouts. Now I think I had a little practice of standing up consistently but not pressing it too hard. I'm at the front there. It's a bit of relief in front coming up. You can see the blue pockets, the flats. Again, I'm having to stand up to stay at the front. This is the difference, and it's going on and on and on. This is the strength of this category, and I can't sit down and put this power out. I haven't got the fitness, so I'm having to do that, but that's taken a huge toll. My average 283, 16th gear. I usually climb in 15th as well, so this is why the extra power's going out. Climbing in 16th. Get in the draft. Still no sign. I told you it was a long, gradual climb. There you go, you can see the blue just coming after the 5.8 miles to go. So a bit of hope. It's this next section really that I've got to stay. Lots of riders have been dropped. I don't know how many are in this front group, but there's a whole bubble being dropped from there. I need to stay at the front. I'm doing perfectly here, but how much has it taken out of me? That's the question. I've been stood up and I wonder if the other riders are doing this, not comfortably, but more consistently sat down and not expiring as much energy. I run right to the front there. Really pleased with that climb. It's taken a lot out of me though. And again, as I sit down, everyone comes past. Look, they considerably push past there, so I can't relax till we get on this descent. But as you can see from the graphic, there's a big plateau here until we get to the descent at the end of the first lap. We've dropped a whole group there and there's people dropping off the back. And I can imagine why, because this is a tough test. 2:87 average, 11 minutes. Just done 388 watts there to stay at the front. This is really taking it out of me. And look how they're pushing past. I can't rest and relax for one moment. There's a little bit of respite here. Just a little bit of a descent-ish. I suspect we're back on the flat though. I wonder how many are in this front group. I'm having to stand up there on the flat to stay in this front group. 5.2 miles to go, 2:53. We know it's 2 laps, so yeah, I've done half the climb, 12 minutes a laps. I'm in a great position here, 5 miles gone. 16th gear, just doing under 85 RPM. 300 calories done. Drafting-ish. 2 little climbs. I'm in a good position, feeling really good here. We've got the bridge coming up in a minute, so there's a descent and then a climb. Interesting to see how aggressively the rest of this front pack climb. We're bunched up in a group now. I don't know how many are in this group because it's very closely bunched up. It's clearly a lead group here. I want to say half the riders. I need to spend time not right on the front, but look how they come past. And the whole group just come past and get spat out of the back if you're not sure. So we've got the bridge coming up here. I'm in a great position here. I'm guessing I'm going to have to do about 550 watts at the other side on the ascent on this bridge. Otherwise I will be dropped. And then after this, as you can see, there is a descent through into lap 2. Let's see, I'm in 16th gear. Perhaps I need to stay in 16th. I usually climb this in 15th, 423, 566. I'm powering 607 watts, 550 watts. There you go. That's put it through. So I know what to do. Remember, we'll be coming back on this climb for the second lap. Brilliant, really chuffed with that. So we can cruise into the second lap. 64 riders, everybody's come up, everybody aggressively hit that bridge together. We've got a real competitive group here. So we're going to have to do that climb again. That was a tough climb for me. You saw how much I was stood up. It's taken a lot out of me. Still averaging 2:83, almost 15 minutes gone. I'm in the draft nicely, 308 feet, 6 miles just complete. 4.1 to go, but we've got to climb. We're all bunched up here. That's it, I'm beautifully positioned there. Just a little, open the legs up. Look at that bunch on the graphic. Everybody's competing here. I suspect there's some really strong riders in here. Between 550 and 570 ZRS. Someone gone off there? Looks like he sprinted away, Langstaff, the Englishman. Yeah, that's no accident. 7.4 watts a kilo to sprint through. You can see lap 2 started, 3.7 miles to go. Where's Langstaff gone there? Too many graphics. Probably 2 or 3 seconds ahead, but we're in a group. We'll rein that rider in, I'm absolutely sure. Sterling's gone off, the American, for the chase. You watch a bit of a train now as they rein the riders in. There, Langstaff. I've gone right through the front accidentally because I was trying to keep up with them. Okay, well, I'm in a good position. 278 average, 3.5 miles to go. I guess 0.4 of a mile and we will start the climb again. Look how fast we're piling down here. Doing 265 watts on the slope. So everyone's pushing 3.3 miles. We're going 33 miles an hour. Approaching 7 miles completed. 200 feet to go. You can see it on the graphic. It's the long climb. Then a bit of a plateau. And then it's going to be a descent to the line, interestingly enough. Well positioned here, perfectly positioned. I've got a little, I'm going to be in the draft here. There we go. But I'm at the front of the pack. I have to be here. I reckon we're down to 20, 25 riders. I want to say 25 riders here. And I need to be at the front. 20 miles an hour on the climb, just like the second. Right, how long can I sit down? I'm going to have to stand up. I had to stand up, remember, on that first lap for a considerable amount of time. What will I have in the legs? They're pushing here. I'm having to push to just over 350. But you know that's my absolute limit on the climb. I'm going to get a little bit of relief in a minute. Someone thought, did Longstaff genuinely think that was the end of the race, thinking it was one lap sprinting to the finish and no one else was going? Probably not. In a comedy, 2.6 miles to go, 7.5 miles completed, 356 watts. I'm in a great position here. What have I got left? Averaging 279, 16th gear, 390 calories completed, 18 minutes done. Right, here we go. Second part to this climb. Very happy with my positioning, but what have I got left? I'm having to stand up way too early. I'm just going to have to hold it as much as I can. This is going to be a massive struggle. I can't sit down and hold 350, so I'm standing up holding 350. That's how much power has been tuned out to me. 2.3 miles to go, having to sit down. What can I do? I can't stand that whole distance, no chance. The group is splitting. I'm in a great position here. Keep stood up. Get to those two blue parts on the top right. Sure, that's what I was thinking. We've dropped a few riders here. I reckon we're down to 22, 23 riders now. You can see a few are pulling away. I'm struggling. I'm standing and struggling. Doing 350, but I'm stood up, and there's a long way to go. There, I'm pushing as hard as I can, 282 average. Almost done 20 minutes. I can't put the power down. Look, I'm just over 300 watts. Sat down. There's the end. I need to stay. Stand up, get back into the pack. Trying my best. I'm right in the middle of this group. I can see the blue. That's it, that's it. What's that done though? Have I anything sat down? Stand up. Just get to this blue bit. There you go. They're pulling away and I'm standing up. 400 watts. 1.9 to go. I'm right in the middle of this pike. I want to say, well, I'm 14th, 15th. Yeah, there must be 25 riders, 30 riders here. I'm getting dropped because they've pushed past on the flat when I took a little break. There you go. That's the difference. You see, I'm dropped. I'm spat out of this group. Stand up. 0.8 miles. Still not on the plateau. We're going to have to climb again. 3%. Come on. I'm at the back of what looks like now there's been a split to this second group. You can see there's a split. It's only 10 metres or so. I need to get on the back of this second group. Get on his wheel. There you go. Come on, 1.6 miles to go. Come on. I'm only putting 200 watts out. It's not good enough. Little descent and I'm not on the wheel. I'm going to be in the... Look at me draft meter at the top. I'm not getting any benefit. There will be. The dust is in my eyes as well. There's two groups there, probably 20 metres split now. I need to get on that. Otherwise, I'm soloing for 1 and a bit miles. Putting 430 watts in there. I'm sure I'm not giving up. 1.4 miles to go, but I can't catch them because I've no draft. They'll be putting 50 watts less than me. Looks like they've dropped a rider there. You can see the top graphic, so we're miles ahead and I'm 23rd, 12 seconds ahead, no problem there. But I'm dropping 2, 3, 4 seconds behind that group. Keep punching, keep going. I'm coming past the cyclist here, well done. Good effort. Past the Italian there, right, let's chase this American down if we can. Need to stand up. I've put a big effort in here, but I did get dropped. 1.2 miles to go. Stand up. 432 watts again. Tremendous effort. Proud of that. 280 average. 462 complete. 1.1 mile to go. Can I catch on to the problem is, look, the group in front, all 5 and 6 and 7 seconds, they're all working with each other. They've got a draft, 1 mile to go, so I'm not going to catch them. Let's speed this up. As you can see, I can't catch them. Their lead predictably grows out to 15 seconds. And we come to the last 1,000 feet here. Langstaff, if you remember, just behind me, 13 seconds, was the rider who thought it was one lap. Perhaps they did, perhaps they didn't. I've enjoyed it. I've had no different experience to a classic Zwift race. Where's the finish here? It's usually under there, the line. No, still 70 feet. No finish marker. Brilliant. No difference to any other Zwift race. I did enjoy it. Let me clarify, I love Zwift racing. But come on, Zwift. Stop the hype on the gravel. There's no difference to a normal Zwift race. I will be back for the third stage of this gravel series because I do enjoy it. I like the 10 to 20 mile races. In fact, I've done a few less than that recently, all out sprints. It's kind of my distance. So thank you, Zwift, for that fantastic course. But it's just Zwift Racing. If you enjoyed it, Zwift Racing score actually went up, by the way, by 2, I think. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. I will see you soon.